Yes, villagers, we're in front of 1 Center Street right now for the Occupy City Hall protest. If you want to find out what demands were met at this point, you are in the right place. If you're new to this channel, welcome to our village. If you're a returning villager, welcome as well. So, let's get into it. Welcome to Garden of the Mind, where we reduce stress, improve our health and fitness, and improve our financial IQ every episode. We must believe more than... What brings you out here today?
You know, we got to defund the NYPD by at least $1 billion, and the fuzzy math that's coming out of the city council ain't it. So I've been out here protesting because we want to put pressure on the city council. We're at City Hall right now. We're putting pressure on the city council to vote no on the current budget because it's not it. And we need to make meaningful cuts to the NYPD, not to education, not to healthcare, not to the social services and the social safety net that we actually need. No, I mean, they got this really crap budget where they're gonna defund. I put it in quotes because like part of it is by not paying overtime, that's gonna work. Another part is transferring school safety agents from the NYPD to the DOE. That's not it either. I mean, we want to actually see an investment in restorative justice and things that bring community stability.
What would be a win for you?
A win, honestly, would be to see, tonight immediately, would be to see everybody vote no on this budget, but in a longer term, we'll be to start seeing us defunding the NYPD and reinvesting that money into healthcare, into jobs, into housing, into education.
Okay, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
So we're not particularly an organization. We are 11 loose activists on the right side of history who came together and met during protests, and we just unified and started leading our own. I was just coming as myself, Mary, a sex worker, a stripper, a person who was affected by what's going on, and seeing what's going on in the community and wanting to get involved.
We're just regular activists who are from neighborhoods that know how to advocate, that know how to organize, that know how to do leadership building, that are politically mature and understand what politically they're doing, what politicians are actually creating, what policies are actually in place, or what policies are not in place. So I think I am a part of the generation that are politically mature and understand that we are not politically understanding some of the structure of the policy are being created. We're left behind, and we know that's a danger to our society, especially people of color, knowing that politicians create policies that will belittle us, divide us, the same way as they've been doing in the South, and how the South has been operating and always has more policies than the North when it comes to keeping people belittled and dividing people and keeping people incarcerated or keeping people in the system.
I wanted people to know that just because I'm not directly having people in my family die as a result of police brutality, I feel for those who are going through it. I see what is going on, and I understand how easily that could be near somebody that I love, and it's not right for me to sit home, especially during quarantine when I have nothing better to do, when I could be out here making my voice heard and trying to make a change in this world. So when I have children, they can feel safe.
We from the hood. This is the hood talking, you know what I'm saying? I think it's important for people to know there was no non-profits out here actually doing most of the protesting. Majority of people who was out there actually protesting and rallying are 16 to 30 years old. As I'm also seeing a lot of young people encouraging themselves to be politically, understand the power of their voices, but understand the power of solidarity with all people who are oppressed, all people who understand some of the issues that's happening now. And the most important part, all people that understand that Black lives is being attacked, just like myself. I'm Afro-Latinx, have African roots in me. So I know the importance of Black and Brown being in true solidarity with each other, but all people, with everyone, white, yellow, red. So this is a, when I look at the New York momentum and when we say power to all people, that's the abilities of our ancestors of the Black Panther Party, understanding that we are the seeds that was missed out but created. You know what I'm saying? So don't worry about it. So for all the Black Panthers who have been doing their work and put their life on the line, just know that a seed is planted. It probably took a little bit longer, but we're out here.
In terms of my team and what we're trying to attain, it is not a negotiation. We are demanding that the NYPD be defunded. We are demanding that the Department of Corrections be defunded. And we are we are demanding for our reparations. Other people have a 450-year head start on us. We have no equity, we have no land. The NYPD is wearing riot gear out here. They are flying helicopters when you have people that are still homeless, going through food shortages, going through quarantine where everybody's been out of work since February and received one $1,200 check, but you guys are making obscene amounts of money wearing riot gear. You guys have a pension, you guys have a union. And you're out here brutalizing people for exercising their First Amendment right of freedom of speech, and you're using tear gas and mace and war weapons on unarmed civilians. And that is not acceptable, and it's further proving the point of why we want to take some of the money out of the NYPD and put it back into our community in terms of mental health resources, after school programs, free lunch for students. For one homeless person, there's 3 empty apartments in Manhattan. Housing. We can nip these crimes in the bud if we put money towards the things that matter instead of glamorizing our NYPD and giving them the ability to further hurt us instead of protecting us. $6 billion from the NYPD. The entire $6 billion, not 1, not 2, not 3, $6 billion. The Department of Corrections, we want to end solitary confinement, we want to end cash bail. You have people that are being held up in prison or jail right now because they can't afford a $5,000 bail for selling a $25 bag of weed, and it is now not criminalized. We're not going to stop until we attain our goals. It's not a negotiation. It's not a matter of what can they give us to pacify us. No. We want the money out of the NYPD. We want the money out of the Department of Corrections. Politicians who are funding or accepting money from the NYPD, we want that to stop. It is about the people now. It is not about the greedy people that are in power. It is about the people who gave them that power, receiving the money that we should have for our communities. Because we can end these things if we have the resources that are necessary.
Repealing the 13th Amendment, ending the 1033 program that militarized our local police to have AKs and tanks. And I think another thing about it is like, how do we actually have America deal with its own problem? I think it's time for America to deal with is white supremacy as an illness. So an illness needs treatment, and America should be treating its own abilities, its own white supremacy. I created agendas. So yeah, let America fight itself. You know what I'm saying? What I mean is that let white supremacy and white supremacy individuals who are trying to hide behind the covers of, of politician outfits, let them deal with that. You know what I'm saying? We, as a people, put you in that office. You know what I'm saying? We don't work for you, you work for us. And we're young. A lot of people know that in reality, we know that you work for us. It's not the other way around. So city council better be in there fighting for their life. And I know some are gonna not be there in 2 more years. So good luck to them trying to find a job, because we'll remember you.
At the very minimum, I don't want to use the word settle, but we'll feel a little bit better if we get 1 million cut, but they have 6 billion. It is not necessary. If it doesn't pass, honestly, we're not gonna stop it. That's just what it is. We're not gonna stop until we achieve our goals. We're not begging, we're not asking, and we're not moving back, we're going forward.
And it's hard. It's even hard for myself, who've been advocating and formerly incarcerated, been in a gang culture, you know what I'm saying, and been in solitary. I've been in the streets my whole life, and I'm out here advocating, organizing, empowering, educating people, telling people or empowering people how to organize, understand political education, or understand economic independence, understanding the interconnect with all struggles, and knowing that we are all oppressed by the same agenda, the same people, or same force. So I'll say for us, we've been protesting forever. I think the part that's happening right now is that there's a connection of the whole world, understanding that there's black lives in all sides, in all angles, in all pieces, wherever a land is existing. So, I think what we're protesting, we've been protesting. And for anyone who's out there, remember, what life do we want to live in? How do we want our kids to live in? And what career, what place? Ask ourselves, what is a world that we want to see? Now, when you ask yourself that, now see your kids in that world. And that's the world that we're fighting for.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much.
All right, I appreciate you, King, and I appreciate everyone. In reality, we've been protesting our whole life. If it wasn't physically protesting, we've been mentally protesting. You know, to actually be free. You know, what does freedom actually feels like? Can we ask a person of color who's living in our neighborhood how does freedom feel like?
Wow, you sound amazing. You sound so cool. Oh, it comes from, oh God.